Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. And it's Thirsty Thursday. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Catherine, hi. Good to have you here. Doris and Jocelyn, cheers. Glad you're here. I'm double dipping on the beverages today. As you can see, I'm outside again. Beautiful day. A little pickleball coming up in this afternoon. And anyway, I'm kind of excited about the day, aren't you? I hope so. Alice, hello. If you don't have hot melt mix yet, especially in the summer heat, I strongly suggest you go take a look at it. Hot melt mix is a proprietary blend of electrolytes, plus it helps to keep you in ketosis. I drink it every single day. It is amazing how it hydrates. And did you know that electrolytes like this with the MCT oil, which is what it has in there, like this, and you add in fiber, like into your smoothie or whatever, that fiber is going to make a difference. It's going to drive the hydration into the cells. Isn't it so pretty, Catherine? Yeah, I love it too. Anyway, so you need to know about that. This is really important stuff. You got to know all about that. And being hydrated is more than just drinking water. It is making sure that the hydration actually goes into the cell. Excuse the lecture on that, but I felt it was really important to mention that. The other thing that I wanted to tell you too is that we got the Crave water, y'all. I think it's going to be in later this week. So that would probably be either tomorrow or Saturday. I keep forgetting. Feels like Monday, doesn't it? It's all weird. I don't know. Crave water is basically this. It's L-glutamine. Except we've added a little bit of citric acid, a tiny bit of MCT oil, and just a touch of stevia. It tastes exactly like lemonade. Yum. So that's what I had. Okay. Oh gosh, Alice, look at her combo. She does hot melt mix, L-glutamine, fiber, and lemon juice. Excellent. What a good mix. Well, I do hot melt mix. I do Crave water, pretty close to that. Sometimes I'll put chia seeds in there and they're all gelled and weird and stuff. So for the extra fiber, there's also a little bit of protein and good amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, by the way. So sometimes I'll do that. Other times it's just L-glutamine and hot melt mix or Crave water rather, because I've been using that because I really like the way it tastes. It all works together. Anyway, it hydrates. We need to hydrate. We got that, right? All right. The other thing you need to know is that our deep moisture serum, buy one, get one, y'all. Now this is gold. If you haven't used this yet, you are missing the most luxurious fine oil that goes into your skin. And believe it, you do not break out over this at all. What you do get though is this deep, beautiful glow from this skin deep moisture serum. If you buy one, you're going to get one free. Come on, that is a screaming deal. That's at savingdinner.com/BOGO, BOGO. So I told you about where to get your Crave water. If you don't have it yet, go ahead and order. It will be in stock. This is one of the leftover containers. It will be in stock early next week. So you can go ahead, complete confidence, order it. savingdinner.com/Crave water. Get your skincare while you're at it. savingdinner.com/BOGO. And last but not least, don't forget about Full Bloom. It is coming up. Do you know Full Bloom it's around the corner. Today is what, the 6th? So yeah, we basically have 16 days and we're doing it. 2 weeks essentially. And this year's theme is just, well, I shouldn't say this year, this summer's theme is just really close to my heart. And it's about becoming more, right? It's about becoming more. It's called More Than Enough, Living a life of abundance. And here's what I want you to understand. And I've said this, I think, probably every day. But the thing is, we can have more than just be survivors. We can be thrivers. We can thrive. We can have an incredible life. We can just say, yes, I'm extremely blessed. Wouldn't that be cool? That's what this one's about. So sign up if you haven't. savingdinner.com/bloom. That's all day. You get to do it from the comfort of your home, wearing comfy clothes, right? You might want to fix your hair a little bit because maybe you'll want to come on camera and do a hot seat or something. Hey, Miriam, I'm glad you're here. I added the fiber when you introduced Ultimate Hot Melt as an easy way to get more fiber. It is. And isn't it so great, Alice? I mean, I love the ease of accomplishment. I think our fiber mender too is like one of the best things on the planet. It is so good. So we have all of that going on, and we also have an Etsy store. Yes, we opened an Etsy store. Have you seen it? Let me give you a shortcut, savingdinner.com/Etsy. That will take you right to the store. And let me just tell you something. If you love our Full Bloom swag, we have a whole bunch of Full Bloom gear, especially if you're looking for t-shirts, cups, etc. We have it all there, plus some other really great stuff. You're going to want to check it out. savingdinner.com/Etsy, ETSY. We're excited about that. We are excited about our little Etsy store. It just opened yesterday. So go on, get on it, and we'll take care of it for you. Cheers. Did you see that? That popped right up, right under. It dripped all over me. Look at that. Huh. And lastly, our quote of the week is a doozy, isn't it? It's better to look ahead and prepare than to look back and regret. Woo! Bam, bam, bam. You know what? I don't want to look back and regret. And you know what often puts us in the place of looking back and regret? Procrastinating those priorities. And boy, are we going to talk about that today. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's a well-loaded show. Kathy McGuire, how are you? I am so glad to see you. And Ann is in the house. So is our Sandy. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to have a good time. And don't forget, free shipping for the lower 48. If you get anything $300 and above, we're going to say thank you to you by giving you free shipping. That's just a little love gift. That's a lot, can be. It adds up. And when you can save, you can save. That's what I say. I like to save. So procrastination, I want to talk about that a little bit because I found myself doing that with some paperwork that I needed to get done. And Jenny knows exactly what I'm referring to because I'm having a heck of a time. We're going to be putting some of our products on Amazon, and you just would not believe what some of the stuff the hoops we have to jump through. And I've been procrastinating on this one task that I have to do. I just don't want to do it. And then I started thinking, Leanne, come on, chop, chop. You got to do this. You got to do this. Get on this, girl. So what I've done is I've time blocked it. It's going to be happening tomorrow morning, right? That's a done deal. I've time blocked it. I've put it up. I've told Mark, this is what I'm doing at such and such a time so that it's a done deal. And I'm not going to allow procrastination anymore to come back in and to steal my time. Because how they say comparison is a thief of joy? Well, procrastination is a thief of time. Because what it does is it puts you in this place of not feeling good about yourself and feeling just bad. That's procrastination is like a dark cloud hanging over you, making you feel rotten. And the only antidote that I can think of, the only remedy for procrastination is doing. So today I want to talk about it because it's complex. Procrastination is usually never just one thing. There's usually a lot attached to it. And I want to talk about what those things are, first of all, and then come back with some maybe a little bit more unusual strategies. So today is going to be kind of if procrastination is a thing that you're really struggling with, girlfriend, I'm here for you. I get it. I understand it. I do it. Yeah, I do it. We all do to some degree or another. But there is a way out. And that is what I want to talk about today. Okay. So let's look at some common root causes of procrastination. And sometimes, by the way, procrastination can be a combination of different things. It might not just be one thing, it might be a couple of different things. It might be procrastination for one thing has a different cause than procrastination for another thing. You know, let's just take a peek. Ready? Number one, first of all, it's the fear of failure. You know, you fear the outcome of your efforts. You fear like it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna be good enough. It's not gonna be enough. And then you find that you start delaying and completing your tasks so that you're doing it and pushing it all at the last minute. Well, guess what? It makes it so that you don't have to face potential disappointment if you had to just rush through it. And I used to do that a lot with writing assignments when I was a freelance writer. I'd just push it and do it all at the very end. And, it still got published and whatever, but the pressure that I put on myself. And that's the other thing about procrastination. It attached to procrastination oftentimes is pressure, your own internal pressure, pressure from the outside, if it's, some work that you're doing, or pressure all around. Procrastination is a thief of time. I think that's such a valid quote. And somebody said that. I don't know who it was, but I didn't make that one up. Number two is perfectionism, because it's closely related to fear of failure. But perfectionism can also lead to procrastination, because if you can't do it perfectly, then don't do it at all, right? You ever hear that one? Sure. So, you might have set too high of standards for yourself. And I believe that high standards are a good thing for everything, pretty much. But sometimes it's just enough to get the task done. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about common household tasks, right? Nobody needs to go in there with, a Q-tip and a old toothbrush to clean the toilet. We don't have to get that detailed and that intent on getting everything out. And I don't know how many people here watch our TikTok channel. I sure hope so, because we have a lot of people over on TikTok. But I'm going to tell you what, the TikTok cleaning stuff, that's frightening. How these women clean all these things. They take everything apart and clean it all and dump everything into these containers. And I started calculating some of that stuff up and thought, that's going to cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars so that their refrigerator looks like a museum piece. It's kind of weird. But the point is that you don't have to get all perfect about it. You just need to get it done sometimes. And when we procrastinate because we can't have all the matching containers in our refrigerator, we know we've hit the perfectionism button, have we not? And number three is a lack of motivation, because you know what? There is times, can I just hear an amen? There are times when the task at hand is just not rewarding by completing it. Ooh, that was a bug. We don't want that. We want to get instantaneous dopamine hit. I did it. Yahoo. Yeah, let's go. Well, sometimes it's not. So sometimes we have to pump ourselves up and just say, yeah, I'd clean that toilet. Hot damn. High five. And just, make up our own enthusiasm for it, because honestly, those things just don't give back the way we want them to. So we can do that. Why not? Why not? We can be our own personal cheerleader. Sometimes we need that. Number four is low self-efficacy. Now, oftentimes, and this happens a lot, and have you found yourself in this position where you feel like, I just don't have the right stuff to get that task done? I'm not that person. Ever felt that way? Well, I'll tell you, I know exactly what that feels like. I was asked to be on our pickleball board, and I was asked to be the treasurer. Okay, so, and here's a true confession. I have never made a spreadsheet in my life, ever. I've attempted and tried to do them way back when, Excel spreadsheets and things and all of that, but I've never had to. I mean, I've always been very blessed and I've been able to say, hey, can you make a spreadsheet on that? So Jenny is like the spreadsheet queen. She makes beautiful spreadsheets. So I don't have to. I can do the things that I'm good at. Just because I can't make a spreadsheet doesn't mean that I'm worthless as a person. It just means that's not in my talent stack. It is, Jenny. It's one of the many reasons I have you. But spreadsheets need to be made, right? But that doesn't necessarily. I don't need to get all up in myself because I don't have that skill set. And I was very fortunate when we had a new member come onto the board who has a business background, and this is all she did was spreadsheets all day. She goes, "Why don't you let me do? I'll do the financials, and you can do the communications." Deal. We can work our way out of this. That's one of the ways that you can do it, right? That is one of the ways that you can do it. But if you can't get out of doing something, just give it your best shot. And remember, it's always your first shot that it might be a little wobbly. But what do? We embrace the wobble because the wobble is the learning experience. If I had to, and I'm not saying that I cannot ever do a spreadsheet, it's just not something that I can knock out. I can probably sit down and probably figure it out and probably get through it. It's going to take me a heck of a long time. Why not do stuff that's in your wheelhouse instead of stuff that isn't? But if you have to do something like that, give yourself the time to do it and just allow for mistakes. They happen. Hey, Andrea, it's good to have you here. Then number 5 is poor time management. Hello. Time management's knocking at your door. Have you answered? I will tell you what. Yesterday, this happened to me yesterday. I was working. I was doing some new TikTok videos. I was working on them. And then I got sucked into the TikTok algorithm. The next thing I know, 30, 40 minutes had passed. And I was like, hold on, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to produce X amount of videos, get this stuff done. It was on my list. But instead, I got sucked into the algorithm. And this is why we have to guard our time. This is why you've heard me talk about the time block sheets so many times. And that's a free resource. We have it right at savingdinner.com/time. You can print out as many as you want. And I love those things. I love them because they tell the honest to God truth of where you are and where you are spending your time when you fill it out. And then you can also take another sheet and say, this would be a more ideal way of doing that. And then you can figure out how you can make that happen. We know that everything is figure outable, don't we? We do. The other thing is decision fatigue. We talked about this the other day. I shared with you about my friend Todd, who he owns Dry Farm Wines. And what does Todd do? Todd wears the same thing every day. It's always black. Black shorts, black shirt, a black jacket, black, sneakers, black socks. And then if it's winter, he'll put black pants on instead of the shorts. But the man never has to worry about what he doesn't have to think, what am I going to wear? Cool, right? It's kind of a neat thing. That's why some people do this. I think Steve Jobs was another one who did that. And there's a few other people out there who made those kind of decisions to save themselves from decision fatigue. Decision fatigue oftentimes means you procrastinate on making that decision. And oftentimes you have to default to no decision made, which is a decision, by the way, and it's the wrong one. And so that's, again, you see how heavy procrastination is? It's like lugging around a big backpack full of boulders. There's nothing worthwhile in that backpack. Nothing. Sandy said she tried it for a while. It was depressing. I think it'd be depressing too. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. But for these people, they pride themselves on this, Okay, that's cool. So, procrastination, these are some of the blocks then on procrastination, but I've got some ideas here. They're a little bit unusual. However, they are based on science and they're going to help you to get out of procrastination. If you've seen any of these are some of the root causes. Yes, I see them in my life and I know that this is happening. Well, this is what we can do. Number 1 is to procrastinate on your procrastination. How do you like that one? So here's what you can do. If you delay your procrastination and not your tasks, you can say, you know what? I'll procrastinate after I get this stuff done. Then I'll just do 10 minutes of scrolling on TikTok or whatever it is. And then what you'll find yourself doing is starting and staying with the task at hand. Just give yourself 10 minutes, get it started, and procrastinate on the procrastination. Pretty good, right? Cheek, cheek. I love that one. The other is the 2-minute rule. David Allen of Getting Things Done says, if a task takes 2 minutes or less to complete, then do it immediately. In other words, get it out of the way. And guess what happens? There's your dopamine hit. There's a little sense of accomplishment and confidence, and you'll be ready to start rolling through your list. And the magic of momentum cannot be, I have to mention that, because once you get going, you get things done, right? You get things done. And it just makes all the difference in the world. Number 3 is implementation intentions. This is a great thing that you can do in the Hot Melt Sprint group, by the way, too. You can go in, and our friend Jane did that. I don't know if you saw that, Jane, and she had the pictures of her beautiful fruit plates or flower plates that they're her grandmother's, and she put them next to her window. Lovely. And she said, I'm going to be putting those up, blah, 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 blah. And then she later posted the picture of her putting those up. She'd put it off. Don't we all put off something, right? And that is exactly what this is, this implementation intention. According to a study at the Psychological Bulletin, implementation intentions can significantly improve task initiation. Because at that point, you've put yourself on the line and you've said it's kind of accountability, but not quite. It's saying, this is what I'm going to do. Accountability is when somebody comes from behind and says, I didn't see the end result. Did you do it? Right? But this is what we can do. We can do this for ourselves to kind of just say, I'm done with your procrastination, Leanne. Let's do this. So set out that implementation intention and watch how you follow through them. Number 4 is put on your costume. Dress for the occasion. How about if you're putting off the gym, go get your costume on. Put on your gym costume. Get on your shoes, your socks, your sports bra, all the things, and get ready to go. Because here's the thing that happens when you do this, especially for those of us who work from home and we just, think that we can schlep around in our slippers all day long, which I kind of do sometimes, just keep my feet warm in the winter. Right now, I'll prefer barefoot, or I use these OOFAS. Have you ever had OOFAS, by the way? OOFAS. It feels like you have every time they're flip-flops, but it feels like when you're walking, they're massaging your feet. I can't even tell you how incredible they are. I love them. So that's something that I do. But it gives you a more professional mindset and a more one-track mindset of what it is what the task is on hand. If you're dressed in your costume, if you're dressed ready to go to work, if you're dressed ready to go to the gym, if you're dressed ready to go clean out a garage. We wear different things for different occasions, don't we? Going out to dinner, going to the movies, going and hanging out on the water all day in a bathing suit. We wear different things that we wear what's appropriate. And then, as your costume indicates, do that task. Number 5 is there's procrastination apps out there. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I did not know this. So if you have a problem with procrastination, there's one like Forest, Be Focused, or Focused at Will. It gamifies this whole idea of procrastination. So it gives you this opportunity to experience kind of a gamification. So you get rewarded for doing the task, and you also probably lose prizes or whatever. But you can see your productivity visualized for you, and you can get the hit off your phone. Has anybody ever tried any of those? I didn't even know they existed. It's kind of a good idea though, right? And then there's this other thing called mindful procrastination. You ever hear of that? And that's to be aware of the feelings that procrastination brings you. Because there's a lot attached to it, right? It's like what I just said a minute ago. We have root causes to procrastination. So there's a lot of things that are attached to it. And if we're mindful of that, we can start seeing, that's attached to this fear of fear of failure. That's attached to this idea that I'm not enough. I can't get this done. It's too hard for me. That's attached to whatever it is. But when we can do that, we can also bring ourselves to a place of mindfulness and a place of meditated mindfulness, even better, and start working our way through some of this stuff. Our journals will help as well. Our soul sisters in the Hot Melt Sprint group, that will help as well. It's amazing what can happen when we do these kind of things. And then the last thing is temptation bundling. So this is an easy one. And I can't even believe I'd never heard of this. And I think it's just brilliant. When you have something that you really enjoy doing, you add the thing that you don't want to do into that and call it your temptation bundle, right? So you've got all these joyful, fun things that you're going to go out to dinner. Maybe with your spouse, you're going to go pick up some flowers at the flower shop or something. I don't know. But all these fun things. And then there's another thing that you have to do. You have to go to the post office and stand in line and take some packages in. So what? So you take that, you get that done first, and then you get to do all the other fun stuff. And when we do this, you know what? This is what the study from the University of Pennsylvania found. This technique will help with our motivation so that we follow through and get that task done instead of procrastinating it. And I don't know about you, but we're all different. And we all have different ways and different reasons for our root causes of what our procrastination is. Sometimes we just like, this is a heinous task. I just don't want to do it. I don't know anybody who's going, yay, I get to go clean the toilet today. But there are things that just have to get done. And sometimes you're the only one who can get it done. No one's going to pick up those weights and do it for you. Nobody's going to probably make your hot melt soup or whatever it is that you're going to do. Oftentimes it goes way back and goes right back on us. What if we tried some of these techniques and start slaying the procrastination dragon? Because that's what's holding us back. That's the biggest obstacle that's out there. Not just that life happens, but that we procrastinate, and we all do it. So what do you say? Who's with me? Who's going to try some of these things? I am. I certainly am. All right, that's it for me this week. Can you believe it? Now, everything that we just talked about today, it's all on the announcement page, including the Etsy store, I hope. I think the Etsy store is on there. savingdinner.com/Etsy. So don't forget to go get your Full Bloom swag, especially for Full Bloom coming up July 22nd, and we can all show up in our cute little ideas. And also on there is going to be everything about all the products that we're talking about today. And I cannot wait. Angela said she's pulling out the laundry right now. I love it. She's pulling out the laundry. This woman's going to get that task done. You know what? That's another thing. You can do that. Your tasks, hook them up, come watch the show and fold some laundry. I'm with you. I'm folding with you. I know how to do that. All right. Peace be with you. I appreciate you all. See you Monday. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.